United States Customs and Border Protection is the largest federal law enforcement agency inside the Department of Homeland Security. Each day, the agency is overwhelmed with threat of uncontrollable amounts of illegal immigrants flooding into the United States through the Mexican border. The immigrants bring large amounts of drugs and traffic humans across the border into the U.S. They continue to drive U.S. wages down and take jobs from U.S. citizens. Furthermore, the costs of the immigrants on U.S. taxpayers and the economy are unprecedented. The best way to fix this dilemma and reduce illegal immigration is through the construction of the border wall. America needs to reduce the amount of illegal drugs and human trafficking pouring across the border each day. Each year, Mexican drug cartels rake in billions of dollars in profit from the sale of dangerous illegal drugs. In 2016, the U.S. saw 64,000 overdose deaths. Over 35,000 of those deaths came from synthetic opioids and heroin alone. These dangerous hallucinogens are taking the lives of hundreds of people each day, and a majority of the product coming from the Mexican drug cartels. The cartels earn massive profits, and they will do anything to keep the money coming in. Scott Brown of Homeland Security says, "It is the money and the guns that have enabled the cartel to have the power that they have. By constructing the wall, the U.S. can slow the profits that the cartels are receiving. Over time, the cartels on the illegal drug market will be greatly diminished." The cartel also accounts for a tremendous amount of human trafficking across the border each year. In 2016, human trafficking rose 35.7% from the previous year. It is estimated that there are 57,000 victims of human trafficking in our country today. Without the wall, it is impossible for Customs and Border Control to detain all smugglers. Innocent lives are being taken each day, and the U.S. must take immediate action to stop the trafficking. The mass amount of illegal immigrants are driving U.S. wages down and taking jobs away from U.S. citizens. As the economy recovers, it is very likely that the demand for immigrant labor by American producers will continue to rise, as immigrants are usually willing to work for lower wages. America already has an undesirable unemployment rate. Immigrants accept lower wages and often accept below minimum wage under the table because they are undocumented. Consequently, this takes thousands of jobs away from U.S. citizens who are then unable to provide for their families. As the economy improves and available jobs increase, many immigrants across the country accept lower wages than deserved for their work. This process will continue to keep U.S. wages down and continue to hurt America. Considering the impact of the illegal immigration on U.S. security and the economy, the benefits of the wall outweigh the costs. Immigrants cost U.S. taxpayers $113 billion each year. Immigrants typically have larger families than those in the United States. These students need to be educated, putting a strain on public school districts. Of the $113 billion the immigrants cost taxpayers, $52 billion of that is derived from education taxes. In 2012, immigrants received a yearly average of $24,721 in government benefits and services, while only paying an average of $10,334 in taxes each year. Therefore, it is up to other U.S. taxpayers to cover the cost of educating undocumented children. Immigrants also account for a large amount of the sale of black market goods. They sell products that are not taxed or regulated by the federal government. A lot of these goods, such as drugs and illegal weapons, are dangerous and harmful to the country. The New York Times reports that the border wall will cost $70 billion to build. This number seems extremely expensive at first glimpse, but after considering the economic burden immigrants have in our country, the wall will be worth its cost. There are many Americans that believe it is not worth building the wall. One reason they oppose the wall is because they believe that it is a major threat to the environment. It will affect wildlife on both sides of the wall, disrupting their habitats and migration patterns. The wall will also require an enormous amount of concrete and steel, and mining these resources is harmful for our environment. Furthermore, opponents of the wall also argue that immigrants help our society because they account for a sixth of the increase in the labor force. While it is true that immigrants are an integral part of the American way of life and economy, undocumented immigrants are harmful to American security and the economy, as previously stated. Critics to the wall also claim that it will not be effective. However, 65 other countries have constructed security fences to protect against large-scale immigration and the threat of terrorists. These walls and fences have been effective at solving these issues. The massive drug and human trafficking epidemic, the unemployment rate of the U.S. citizens, and the economic burden immigrants have in our country today needs to be taken care of. The border wall is well worth the cost, and America cannot rely on United States Customs and Border Control to stop the massive flow of immigration with the way our border with Mexico stands right now. While there are certainly risks involved with building the border wall, building the wall is the best way to solve the problems involved with undocumented immigrants. Thank you very much.